Hi, and welcome to English channel. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
Take a moment and think about your morning. What is the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you look at your phone, stretch your body, or make a cup of coffee? For many people, coffee is not just a drink. It is a warm start to the day. It helps us wake up and feel ready for life. Every day, people around the world drink more than 2 billion cups of coffee. Coffee brings people together. It gives us time to think, to talk, and to dream. Before coffee came into the world, life was very different. People worked with the sun and rested with the moon. When night came, they felt tired and stopped working. The drinks of that time were simple. People drank water, milk, wine, and beer. Water was not always clean. Milk spoiled quickly. Wine and beer made people relaxed, but also sleepy and slow. There was no drink to help people stay awake and focused. Workers, traders, and monks often needed more time and energy, but the world had no answer yet. People did not want more sleep. They wanted to stay awake, but not drunk. They needed clear minds, calm bodies, and strong focus. Wine and beer could not help them. These drinks made people slow and careless. At the same time, the answer was already near. Small red berries grew on wild plants in the forests. People saw them every day, but no one paid attention. They looked ordinary and unimportant. No one thought the small seed inside could change the world. History does not always change with great plans. Sometimes it changes with one simple question. It only needed one curious person, one open mind, one moment of wonder, and that moment was about to come. Our story begins in the green highlands of Ethiopia. More than 1,000 years ago, there lived a young goat herd named Kaldi. He was a simple man with a simple life. Every day, he walked into the hills with his goats. He watched them eat, play, and rest under the sun. One day, Kaldi noticed something strange. His goats were jumping and running with great energy. They were not tired. They were not calm. They looked happy and alive. Kaldi had never seen this before. He followed the goats and saw them eating small red berries from a dark green bush. Curious, Kaldi picked some berries and tasted them. Soon, his heart felt light and his mind felt awake. He was full of energy and joy. These berries are special, Kaldi thought. Kaldi took the berries to a nearby monastery. A monk saw them and became afraid. He threw the berries into the fire. As they burned, a rich and warm smell filled the air. The monks were surprised. They crushed the roasted seeds and mixed them with hot water. That night, they stayed awake in prayer. The first cup of coffee was born by accident. After the first cup of coffee was born, its journey had only begun. The small beans traveled across the Red Sea from Ethiopia to Yemen. There, coffee found a new home. In Yemen, many Sufi monks lived quiet and simple lives. They prayed for long hours, often late into the night. To stay awake during prayer, they began to drink coffee. The drink helped them keep their eyes open and their minds clear. Coffee became part of their spiritual life. The Sufis did not have machines or modern tools. They roasted the beans in small metal pans over open fires. They listened to the soft cracking sounds. They watched the color change. They smelled the air to know when the beans were ready. At first, the coffee was not always good. Sometimes it was too bitter. Sometimes it was too weak. But the monks did not give up. They learned from every mistake. Slowly, they discovered the best way to roast and brew the beans. With time and patience, the flavor became richer and deeper. Coffee was shaped by care, practice, and faith. For many years, coffee lived inside quiet monasteries. It helped monks stay awake during prayer. But one day, coffee left those silent walls and entered the busy world. In the 1500s, coffee reached the holy city of Mecca. People there quickly fell in love with the drink. They loved its warm taste and the calm energy it gave. Soon, small places opened where people could sit together and drink coffee. These places became the world's first coffee houses. Inside the coffee houses, life felt different. People talked, laughed, and shared stories. The air was full of the smell of coffee and the sound of music. Men discussed business, poetry, and everyday life. Some read books. Others played games or listened to musicians. The coffee house became a new kind of space. It was open to many people, not just the rich or powerful. Here, ideas could move freely. People could speak, listen, and think together. Coffee did more than wake the body. It awakened the mind. People stayed awake without feeling tired or drunk. They began to imagine new things and question old ways. Slowly, coffee houses spread across cities. Coffee was no longer just a drink. It became a social movement. It brought people together and changed how communities lived, talked, and thought. Every new idea brings fear. Coffee was no different. As coffee houses grew popular, some leaders became worried. They saw large groups of people talking, laughing, and sharing ideas. To them, this was dangerous. They believed coffee could change how people thought. In Mecca, around the year 1511, the governor banned coffee. He said the drink made people lazy and rebellious. He believed coffee houses were places of gossip and trouble. Some religious leaders also feared the drink. They worried people would forget their prayers. But people loved coffee too much to give it up. They met in secret, in small rooms and quiet streets. They shared cups and whispered conversations. For them, coffee was not just a drink. It was a sign of freedom. When coffee reached Europe, the fear continued. Some church leaders called it the drink of the devil. They said it came from foreign lands and should be forbidden. But one day, Pope Clement VIII decided to taste it himself. After one sip, he smiled. He said the drink was too good to ban. With his blessing, coffee stayed. Some kings also tried to stop coffee houses. In England, King Charles II wanted to close them, but the people protested. They refused to lose their coffee. In the end, coffee won, not by force, but by the people who believed in open talk and free thought. Once coffee was accepted, the world began to change in deep and lasting ways. Across Europe, coffee houses opened in many cities. They became important places in daily life. People from different backgrounds came together. Writers, workers, merchants, and thinkers sat at the same tables. Coffee houses were open to almost everyone. For the price of one cup, people could sit for hours. In England, people called them penny universities. With 1 penny, a person could drink coffee and learn something new. Inside, people read newspapers, shared letters, and talked about ideas. These coffee houses became centers of information. News traveled from table to table. Newspapers were born in these rooms. Business deals were made over warm cups. People discussed science, art, and politics. Some even planned great changes and revolutions. Coffee helped people think clearly. It sharpened the mind instead of slowing it down. This was new. Before coffee, many people drank beer or wine in the morning. Those drinks made them tired and unfocused. After coffee arrived, mornings changed. People woke up earlier. They worked with more energy and attention. Cities became faster and more active. Coffee did not just change habits. It changed how people connected and shared ideas. It created spaces for learning, discussion, and debate. In quiet rooms filled with the smell of coffee, modern society began to grow. As the love for coffee grew, the drink began a new journey. It crossed seas, mountains, and empires. What started in Ethiopia and Yemen slowly reached the rest of the world. At first, Arab traders tried to keep coffee a secret. They roasted the beans before selling them. This made it hard for others to grow coffee plants. But secrets do not last forever. In the 1600s, the Dutch took coffee plants to their colonies. They grew them in places like Java and Sri Lanka. Later, the French followed. Coffee crossed the ocean to the Americas. In time, coffee plants reached Brazil, Colombia, and other tropical lands. Much later, coffee also came to Vietnam. Coffee brought great wealth to many nations. It powered trade and helped build empires. Cities grew richer because of coffee. Factories roasted and sold it in large amounts. But this growth had a dark side. On many coffee farms, the work was hard and unfair. Enslaved people and poor farmers did the labor. They worked long hours for little pay. Coffee brought comfort to some, but suffering to others. By the 1800s, Brazil became the world's largest coffee producer. The drink continued to spread and grow in popularity. People everywhere wanted coffee at home and at work. Coffee's global story is a story of both success and sacrifice. It reminds us that history is not simple. Behind every cup, there are human lives, hard work, and deep cost. In the modern age, coffee entered a new chapter. Technology changed how coffee was made, served, and enjoyed. The drink became faster, stronger, and more available than ever before. In Italy, the espresso machine was invented. With strong pressure and hot water, it made coffee quickly. The taste was rich and bold. People could drink coffee while standing at a bar. Espresso fit the fast rhythm of city life. Later, instant coffee appeared. With hot water, anyone could make a cup in seconds. Soldiers drank it during war. Workers drank it in factories and offices. Instant coffee made the drink easy and affordable for millions of people. Coffee became part of everyday life. People drank it in the morning, during breaks, and late at night. It followed the modern schedule of work and travel. Airports, trains, and offices all served coffee. Coffee also became a global connection. Beans grown in one country were roasted in another and drunk in a third. Farmers, traders, baristas, and customers became part of one long chain. A cup of coffee now connects people across continents. New ideas continue to shape coffee. Specialty cafes focus on quality and care. Different brewing styles appear everywhere. But even with new machines and fast methods, the heart of coffee stays the same. It is still a simple drink that brings people together. In a busy modern world, coffee remains a shared moment of warmth and energy. Coffee's story is not only about a drink. It is a story about people. It began with curiosity and patience. One man watched his goats. One small question changed the world. From red berries in the hills of Ethiopia, coffee traveled through fire, water, and time. It passed through the hands of monks and travelers. It crossed deserts, seas, and cities. Today, it rests quietly in your cup. Coffee has always been about more than energy. It helps people stay awake, but it also helps them wake up inside. It gives space for thought, for ideas, and for creativity. Writers have written with it. Artists have dreamed with it. Friends have talked for hours because of it. Coffee connects people. It brings strangers to the same table. It turns silence into conversation. In cafes, homes, and offices, it creates moments of sharing. Even in a busy world, coffee asks us to pause. When you hold your cup, you hold a long human story. You hold the work of farmers and roasters. You hold centuries of mistakes, learning, and care. Each sip carries history and hope. So next time you drink coffee, take a moment. Feel the warmth. Smell the aroma. Remember the journey from goats to your hands. Coffee reminds us of what humans do best. We notice small things. We learn from mistakes. And we turn simple moments into something meaningful. Coffee's story is not finished. In fact, it is only beginning a new chapter. The world is changing, and coffee will change with it. But the heart of coffee will always stay the same. In the future, people will care more about where their coffee comes from. They will ask simple but important questions. Who grew this coffee? Was the farmer paid fairly? Was the land treated with respect? More people will choose sustainable coffee. Coffee that protects the earth. Coffee that saves water. Coffee that keeps forests alive for the next generation. Technology will also shape the future of coffee. Smart machines will learn what we like. With one button, they will make the perfect cup for us. Robots may serve coffee in offices, airports, and cafes. Coffee will become faster and easier to make. But even in a world of machines, the human touch will still matter. Coffee is not only about speed or power. It is about care, memory, and feeling. A smile from a barista. A shared table. A quiet moment in the morning. Coffee will continue to connect people. In a fast digital world, coffee shops will become quiet islands, places where time slows down, places to talk face to face, places to think, create, and belong. More people will work from cafes. Artists will write. Students will study. Friends will meet again, not on screens, but over a warm cup. Coffee will travel in new ways. Cold brew for hot days. Plant-based milk for new choices. New flavors from old lands. Old traditions mixed with modern ideas. No matter how coffee changes, one truth will remain. Coffee will still wake us up, not only our bodies, but our minds. Its future is not just about drinks and machines. It is about choosing connection over hurry, quality over noise, and meaning over habit. And one day someone will take a sip, pause, and feel the same magic that began long ago with a curious man and dancing goats. Before we end this story, let us ask you something. Are you a coffee lover? Is coffee part of your daily life? Think about your mornings. Do you need a cup of coffee to start your day? Do you enjoy the smell, the warmth, and the quiet moment it gives you? Or maybe you prefer coffee in the afternoon when you need energy to continue. Now, think about where you come from. Which country are you watching from? Is coffee popular in your country? Do people drink coffee at home, in cafes, or on the street? In some places, coffee is strong and dark. In others, it is light and smooth. Some people drink coffee with milk. Some drink it black. Some enjoy it hot. Others love it cold. Coffee looks different around the world, but it brings the same feeling. It brings people together. It creates moments of rest and conversation. We would love to hear from you. Please share in the comments. Are you a coffee lover or a tea lover? Which country are you from? And how is coffee enjoyed where you live? Your story is now part of coffee's story. Thank you for listening and sharing this moment with us.
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.